Well, it's another fabulous night of racing at Meydan coming to us on Friday nights. It is Dubai Sprint and Dubai Millennium Stakes night. Listed and Group 3 contests, our feature events. We have 8 races kicking off at 5:30pm, aka 1:30pm UK time. Let's get into our first race. It is the Jumeirah Guineas Trial, sponsored by DP World. A conditions event for the 3-year-olds. It's over the mile. Numbers for me here, 8, 4, 7, 2. Didn't have a play in the race. I thought Trian Moore was probably the pick of the lot going off his last performance under Billy Loughnane. William Buick jumps on aboard this time here off the rating of 92. Has had that one win over in the UK before making his way across here. He draws very well. He shapes up to be right in amongst this and should be in the finish. 4, 7, 2, the dangers. Number 4, Pacifica Pier. Another one here for Charlie Appleby. Also presents like a winning hope. Also draws well. 7 in for second. Title roll. Probably would have had title roll on top had the horse drawn a gate. He's drawn a little sticky here for the opening event. And the 2 in Sword Maker, Oceanor for Saeed bin Saror. So Godolphin overall with their 3 runners across the 2 stables in with a good hand. But it is Trian Moore for me in the opener. Race 2 is a 3-year-old maiden. It's over the 1,600 metres on the dirt track. Kick-off time 2:05pm UK time. Here with National History, drawing gate number 1 for Friday night's assignment. And the draw basically explains everything. Going to be in a winning position as opposed to last time having to come from a gate number 11. Got within 7 lengths of Devon Island on that occasion, but the draw just put him on the back foot through the entirety of the race. I expect National History from gate 1 to be in a much better position and in a winning position at that to hopefully go on and take this out. From the 12, 11, 14, Saloom looks to be the pick of Bupat Seema's runners. Tygo Shea jumps aboard, so that even aids the confidence that this is the pick of the lot. 11, Petite is another one that has to be given respect. Mikhail Barcelona to do the riding there. And 14 in Yamdeek, who's drawn a little wide again, but coming out of stronger races. And if he can overcome the draw back against his own age group, should be certainly in with a hope. Not a real big opinion on the race, but I think gate 1 is going to see National History get every chance. The first of the plays for the night, if we can get a price, comes up in the Mawj Stakes. It's a race that has been dominated by Godolphin in recent seasons, and they saddle up another one here who looks a major player. Has drawn wide here, Dance to the Music, but off the rating of 101, and coming into this with just a stellar record, having performed in far stronger fields than what she faces here this evening. This 3-year-old filly is going to get a good opportunity. I think the biggest danger in the race is Miss Your Chance, and even though it is the biggest danger, it's probably also the biggest ally for Dance to the Music, who is going to get a genuine tempo up in front. Miss Your Chance is going to be up in front, a ways in front at that, and will be hard to chase down, but provided that that genuine tempo can see Dance to the Music within maybe 4 or 5 lengths of Miss Your Chance at the corner, I think 7 furlongs might be stretching it for Miss Your Chance, and I see Dance to the Music looming over the top. I think the leader will stretch the field right out, so I don't see Dance to the Music getting caught 3 deep in this field. Another one that is a danger is both the 7 and the 9, True Test and Fairy Oak. I'm keeping an eye on them. Both of those could put in a winning performance if they were to step out and give it their best. But it is the toppy, a clear on top selection, Dance to the Music, my first play of the night. We head back onto the dirt for the 4th event. It is set to go at 3:15pm UK time. 2,000 metre dirt contest, good field as well. Numbers for me here, 6, 5, 8 and 1. Would have loved to have tipped Tap Leader on top. I think the smaller field in the Al Maktoum Challenge, even though it was a Group 1, would have seen him probably get more of a tempo in front and less horses to have to navigate through here. I really respect Tap Leader, but I thought the win last start of Antrim was very impressive. Carl Burke seems to have found a really nice dirt horse for the season here, and I expect him to go to another level after that performance there. Sam James jumps aboard once again. They draw well in 5, expecting him to go forward. I don't see this being a race where they're going to go really hard up in front. I think it'll be slightly better than a neutral tempo, but that should set up for Antrim to find the top and hopefully be getting a race run to his own liking. I still would like to give a lot of respect to Tap Leader here. I think he's a big danger. Hopefully he can run a good race too. I've thrown the 8 and the 1 in as dangers as well. Ocean Viking, he was good last start. And the 1 as well in Generous Tipper, who's unfortunately drawn the car park here. 16 is going to make it tough, but he is the highest rated horse in the race for a reason. But it is number 6 in Antrim on top for me here in the 4th event. Well, one thing we're just going to have to take consideration to is most of these plays in this meeting are not going to be a big price. I think a lot of Godolphin horses are placed here very well, and they're going to be short in the market, but they do have a clear advantage to a good chunk of them, including this runner here in the 5th event. It's the Sprint, 6 furlong Dubai Sprint at listed level, and we see the return here of Symbol of Honour, who has to carry the 59 kilos, but was a 2-time winner last season, going on to beat a lot of the field that he faces here this time around. The son of Havana Grey seems to have matured in the last 12 months. He's become a bigger horse, a stronger horse, and I expect him to run accordingly here in this race off the rating of 108. He'll go around a short quote, but he should be the horse to beat. 14, 12 and 1, my dangers. I've gone with the 14 Araby, who put in an amazing performance last time out with the 61 kilos, drops down 4 kilos in weight. I thought the biggest danger to Symbol of Honour was Araby, clearly. 12 Yatarid just doesn't put a foot wrong. Always runs an honest race, and the record suggests that. Has had 2 wins down the straight already this season. And I'll throw the 1 in as well into this danger. Dark Saffron, they switch him back to the turf here. He has seen the turf before, ran second on that occasion to Symbol of Honour. So he's done a fair bit of racing, but good to see they're changing the script up, trying to see him get a new lease on life after a couple of poor runs this season. But it's number 2 on top for me here, Symbol of Honour, another play for the card. Well, it's the Group 3 Dubai Millennium Stakes, the other feature on the card for us for the 4-year-old and Southern Hemisphere 3-year-olds. It is for 700,000 dirham, and we go over 2,000 metres on the turf. Numbers for me here, 1, 5, 2 and 4. Another play for me, By the Book. Just placed very well by Godolphin in this event. 111 Raider, draws the ace. Biggest danger potentially to him could be stablemate Arabian Light, or Fort George, who was a very impressive winner last time out for Ed Walker and Kieran Schumacher. But I think By the Book's got a fair bit on these, 3 wins and a third from those 4 starts, and I think the gelding by Frankel is pretty special. So I'm willing to make him another play on the card here. I think he should be taking out the Dubai Millennium Stakes, our Group 3 on the night. The penultimate race is set to go at 5 p.m. UK time. It is the DP World Logistics, an 80 to 100 for the 3-year-old and ups over the 1,600 metres on the dirt track. 15-1-7-2, going with Force and Valour down the bottom of the list. On face value, the win was very impressive. The manner in which the horse got back in the field, was able to handle a fair deal of kickback and be able to run through that to go on and win. I see the horse in a very similar position, and with the added fitness, I don't see that he can't do that again. He's a horse that, unlike a few of these, can take the short way home, and that is a big advantage to have here on the track, because a lot of runners do take it, and they just can't run through that kickback. The Camden Colt should be up in the mix. Has got to lug the 62 kilos, so that is a slight concern, but is a definite danger. 7 Telemark was a good winner last time out, will be in a winnable spot by the turn, but is facing tougher company. And the 2 in Ragib, who on the turf last start was a mile back and rattled home to win, can do it on the dirt and the turf, so the switch in surfaces shouldn't be a concern. Expecting Ragib to give a sight from the back as well. But it is Force and Valour for me in the penultimate race. Low confidence tip on top there, but willing to give the George Scott runner another go, and hopefully he can go back to back. Well, as we know, weights are everything, and Godolphin has done it again here in the last race. They've found a 3-year-old who gets the massive advantage of carrying significantly less weight, 9 kilos to be exact, on the top-rated horses, and is rated a very similar rating. Number 16 is my top tip in the last and my final play. Ruler of Time, Richard Mullen, rides for Charlie Appleby at the lightweight of 53 kilos, the 88 raider, yet to break through, but has had 2 strong seconds in the lead-up. And although recent runs have been on the dirt, the switch to turf shouldn't be too much of a concern. Did some racing on the surface before making his way across to the UAE. Dangers here, 14, 12 and 11. 14, 12 and 11. Going with Inspired Idea, who also makes a switch over. One more, Danny Tudhope rides for Richard Hannon. I think Danny Tudhope's only ride for the night, which is a rarity, but look, he's got on a nice hope here, gets in well at the weights. And the 1 in for 4th in Justino, who has to carry the 62 kilos, but has been working towards a really nice performance, and I expect him to run a bold race. But that second at Newbury on debut jumps out on the page here for this 3-year-old by Not This Time, and it wouldn't shock me to see Ruler of Time come out here with the massive weight advantage and break the maiden tag in the last race.